Hello and welcome to the Inglorious Bards. This is Adventure 26. Did I get that number right? 26! So glad to have you here. We're coming to you live, twitch.tv/Inglorious Bards, every Tuesday, 6:30 Pacific. We are also on YouTube and all the podcast channels, so we're grateful for you joining us on these adventures. We are picking up from where we last left off with our heroes. Let's get a quick introduction of our heroes. We have our human champion, Yannick. Yannick, what's your take on this knighthood that you just went through? In one sentence or less.
It's Sir Yannick.
Wow, I stepped right into that one. I'm so sorry, sir. And then we have Jericho, our gnome bard. Jericho, what's your take on this celebration outside the wall?
It's long overdue.
Okay. Dash is our Yosoki, our rat folk kineticist, dealing with earth and water as his two elements. What's your take on the 10,000 gold that's being committed to the community out there?
It's the best gift I could ever think of.
Fantastic. Then we have Thawne, our elven ranger. Thawne, you're kind of newish to the group. What's your take on all of this celebration that everyone's receiving?
I believe it to be well earned.
All right. Then we have Hemlock, our fetchling, kind of shadowy-ish gunslinger. Hemlock, what's your take on the whole Jorman Oxley situation?
I hope this ends well.
Okay. And last we have Galen, our human thaumaturge, a supernatural swordsman. What's your take on this challenge that you've just been made against you?
It's a shame he had to ruin such a good moment.
All right. With that in mind, we're going to do a recap in just a second. If you'd like a longer recap, if you're just joining us here, about every 5 episodes or so, Jeremy does a longer recap to catch people up. So if you're just joining us now, jumping into the season, you should see a recap about every 5 episodes. You can just get up to speed where we're at and then just jump right in from here. With that in mind, let's get a recap of what happened last time from Jeremy.
From a cloud of smoke that came out of lighting a small piece of fire, Callian Varro appears in front of us at top of the Iron Fortress. She had all sorts of interesting things to say, referring to herself as a diviner and a friend, much to the dismay of Yannick, who still has troubles trusting her, and therefore Thawne had trouble trusting her, not sure really what to make of her, other than the fact that she is exceptionally powerful. She started telling us about different things that she had been seeing, different visions that have been showing up. She gave us a lot of different possibilities that were out there. She was muttering about the things that were there, but she was very clear that she is locked in a very, very intense battle. A battle with Lord Rykal, who is regrowing the undead army up in Reskalon. And because of the fact that she is so heavily involved with that particular fight and their ferocious commander, a Goliath, she needs our help to help with Navarre. There's a threat that either is in Thave or is coming to Thave in the next couple of weeks that she thinks that we should deal with it, that we are the ones that need to fix the issue that's there. And she doesn't give us exact specifics on how to do it, just that it should be done as soon as possible, just in case. She does give us a side quest. She provides us with a dagger that needs to be placed in a jewelry box, in a hutch, in the princess's room, in Kassir, which is in Thave. And she's sending us to Thave anyway. We're going to the city of Crevorn. Also, she decides to give us a couple of things to make our life a little bit easier. There's a whole chest that she opens up that has potions in it, and from herself, she each gives us Meyer pins, which we may or may not ever see or use, but for those of you who know, you know that it was such a really cool thing to get. On the other side of town, as we're getting ready to deal with the next steps and like plan out what the next adventure is, Hemlock gets jumped by four guys who are trying to take advantage of that wanted poster that's out for his name. They die swiftly, horribly. It was impressive fight. Galen was there too, I think. And it was kind of the beginning of what set them both up on the mission to go back and see the Oxleys. So first, we all gather at Hemlock's house. We meet his mom. She threatens him with certain things. And knowing that the party is coming up this afternoon, some people spotted us somewhere and started gathering up in this crowd outside the house, paparazzi style. So Jericho stepped up, paparazzi style, and leads them all away as kind of a Pied Piper, leading them in songs and music and taking them down to where the town was so that Hemlock and Galen could go deal with the Oxleys. And deal with them they did. They found them both inside their house. Hebra was near dead at Galen's sword and bought her way out of it, giving him all the gold that she had for her life. And Jorman took a bullet to the chest. It did not go the way he wanted to at all. He started with pleading, then he went to anger, and it didn't go further than that. And that was the end of him. Hemlock and Galen decided to catch up with the rest of us so they could be at the celebration in our honor, as well as for the build of Newall, with the exception of Yannick. If Yannick was going to go off and meet with the priests of Carahel, as they had a previous arrangement that were there. Yannick recognized when he was there that there were almost a ceremonial setting that was set up, and he was asked about the tenets of Carahel and answered each of them, all 10 questions, and responding to each of the 10 tenets that were asked of him in order. And when it was done, he was knighted Sir Yannick of Carahel, the first knight of Carahel ever. And whether or not he was comfortable being a living legend before, he is now a part of history eternally. The other group never knew of any of that. It didn't happen on their watch because they were in front of the party and we were being celebrated and Newall was being celebrated. Plen came up, gave a speech, and then gave 10,000 gold to the leaders of the community of Newall, including to the Yosoki leader, whose name I don't even have in front of me because I got so excited about it. Say it one more time. Nems of the Yosoki, who was being asked to lead with a council and to find out the best way to use this money to build up the community that was there. So we were having a great time. We were about to step off the stage when a cry, a roar of the word lies came out from the crowd. And Captain Vaynor, disgruntled, upset, enraged, pointed his finger at Galen, calling him a liar, a coward, and a weakling, and pretty sure some other things that Dash didn't listen to. Deserter was a part of it, and told him that he is an embarrassment.
Spinning hair, really.
Just the worst, got all over him. And Galen did his best to not deal with it and to walk away. And the whole crowd instead told him that he had to deal with this now. And so he stepped off the stage to do just that. Believe it or not, my friends, that's where we end this. So from there, with Galen at sword point and a giant fight happening, let the adventure begin!
The heroes are on top of this makeshift stage with a small, quickly created podium with a huge crowd watching, and then the challenge, the duel. Captain Vaynor stands before the podium, has called out to you, Galen, repeatedly. He steps back, has pulled off his official captain's cloak and has tossed it to one of the guards out in the crowd. He takes off a piece of leather strapping around his shoulder that has the emblem of the town, tosses it off. He even hands a shield off to one of his guards and then draws his long sword out and steps back. The crowd steps back, creating a wide circle about maybe 100 feet in diameter. That's a 50-foot radius, circumference times 3.4, 22 inches per player. We'll figure it out later. But there's a 100-foot diameter big circle with the mayor watching on. Several people looking at the mayor, and he's just nodding in approval. This is a legal challenge to duel if accepted. And Vaynor calls out, "It's time, Galen!" And with his free hand, he does the Morpheus double hand motion to come forth and join him.
From the stage, Galen walks to the edge, and then his mirror image appears on the ground in front of the stage, and then solidifies into that one being that is on the ground, and then walks forward towards Vaynor.
The crowd gasps. Oh, it's true. Oh, what did he do? And Vaynor says, "No more of your tricks, coward. Let's fight, blade on blade."
Blade on blade.
Without sword drawn, I walk to within 15 feet of Vaynor.
Okay.
And then
Teleport into him.
and explode him from the inside out.
Give it, Vaynor. Telefrag.
Have you seen the boys?
And again, my mirror image appears behind him, so he's hearing me in stereo. And I say, "These are no tricks. And a true leader would have known how to use these skills for the betterment of this city. Who stands behind you? Who stands for you? Who supports your cause, Vaynor?" And I look around and point at the other guards standing around the edge. You? You?
They don't make eye contact.
Your anger blinds you. And with that, I attempt to demoralize him.
Oh, all right. Make a roll, intimidation versus his willpower DC.
That's a 23.
Okay. He looks visibly shaken by that and says, "Who stands behind me is a coward!" And then he lashes out at your mirror image behind him. So we're going to roll initiative. I'm going to give him +2 on his initiative roll. And here we go. Rolling oh God, yes, he is lightning fast, and he spins around and strikes. He has a ability called surprise attack, so you are off guard on the first round from his attacks. So -2 off your armor class, and he could end things right here, right now. So he strikes with a 35 to hit.
Holy crap.
That is a crit.
And criticals Galen with the first blow. 24, drawing gruesome blood.
And I will use Amulet's Abeyance, so not as quick as Vaynor apparently, but as quicker than the eye can see. I hold my amulet up and take 8 points of that damage off.
Okay.
Oh, wait, never mind. I do not do that. Take it all.
It's allies.
No, I just don't have exploit vulnerability on him.
Gotcha.
So how much did you take? 24?
24, correct.
Thank you.
And then he is converting the second blow into a sneak attack since you are off guard with a 24 to hit.
That hits.
That's a hit. So he does 12 plus 14 points of damage, slashing and precision with a sneak attack.
Jeez.
And his third is, and that's with the fear. The third is, he says, "This is the day you die and everyone sees you bleed out at my feet." And he tries to intimidate you with a -1 on his intimidation. So here he goes. You are a critical success, natural 20. You are frightened 2.
Oh my God.
That is a critical hit, and a critical success. Vaynor apparently has been waiting for this moment for some time. What a first round
It means business.
So I'm at -2 on everything.
on everything.
Okay.
And it is
Yowza.
your turn, and you have been hastened with bardic magic.
That's
I believe.
true,
That gives you a
yes.
free stride or
Strike.
strike, but not step. I think a step as well, right?
Stretch
Not-
strike.
Nope, just stride or
Just
strike.
So you gotta go.
Just
So
the two.
stride or strike.
So the first thing I will do is
Run.
eyes roll into the back of my head. The whites are shown, and I exploit vulnerability by peering into his soul.
Oh, all right.
I see.
That's a natural 20.
Whoa!
Yeah!
The criticals
I take the
continue. Fantastic. With a critical success, you either exploit the mortal. So he has no mortal weakness. So personal antithesis. So it's equal to, you get a bonus to your damage equal to 2 plus half your level.
So +5.
You learn all the creatures. Let me just double check any weaknesses or anything he has. You exploit and clicking on him. He has none. Since this is a known dude to you, and this is for all the marbles, I'm going to extend this into a little bit of a recall knowledge. He is level 6, with reflex being his best save, as some
Okay.
information for you to have. All right.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So that's action 1.
And then the chat says Galen falls into some lava.
Yes. Off a ship into some lava, something falling. Sure. So then I have exploit vulnerability on him. I will, with a free action, switch to my mirror's implement and flank him with my own mirror image.
Okay. More gasps from the crowd.
So that's 2, and then I will strike.
As a free haste action, giving you a 4th action still to take. Keep in mind you're -2.
Yep. So that is a +13. 14 plus 13 is
27.
27.
Plus he's flanking.
And flanking, he is not frightened, but 27 is a hit.
Okay. So that is 8 and 6 is 14 plus 5 is 19 points of damage.
Oh,
Nice. Wow.
wow, you cut him deep.
Trading blows.
That's the last time that will ever happen. He says, looking forward and backward, forward and backward, forward and backward.
And then he hears again in stereo, "You hate me because I represent everything you've wanted in and for yourself. But your vanity and ego isolate you." And then I disarm him.
Oh, not easy to do. Good luck. Make an athletics roll versus target's reflex.
You said that was his worst, right? Or that was his best? Reflex was his best. Oh, man.
Trip.
+4.
Yeah, both of those options there. I think I will. No, that's versus reflex as well. Yeah.
You could still do it. You could disarm him.
Yeah,
his
screw
arm
it.
off.
I'm actually pretty good at that. So I will attempt to disarm him.
All right. Most likely, if you succeed, you kind of screw him up. If you critically succeed, he drops his weapon and has to pick it up.
All right. So this is athletics.
Yep.
That's a natural 20.
What? Yeah.
No, put that. Oh, I'm kidding.
Holy moly. And with that, you flip and twist his blade around, and it goes flying at his side, hitting the dirt next to him with a stunned look on his face. This is a big moment. Gain a hero point, please.
Yeah, that's monstrous.
We ever succeeded on a disarm?
No.
Nope.
Oh, I think
I don't
this
think
is the
ever.
first time.
In 3 seasons.
All right. Then you lose 1 level of fear. I love, by the way, your rolls just didn't care about fear at all. They're just natural 20s. So you lose 1 level of fear back to fear level 1.
Okay.
Frightened level 1. All right. It is his turn. He feints to strike one direction after picking up his blade. So he wastes a turn picking up a weapon. So he's down to 2 actions versus your 4. which is not good for him. So he picks up his blade and then feints with it as soon as he comes up, and it is just his deception. What is your perception DC?
10.
10.
Well, perception is 10. I don't know what
Plus
DC
10 more
is.
is 20.
Okay.
Versus his deception roll, 28. So he feints, and you are now off guard just against his next attack. Darn.
And so that is -2.
-2.
But I also have exploit vulnerability against him, which is a +2 to AC, so it's a 0, net 0.
Okay. Fantastic. He is then on his last action, striking at you with his blade with a 34 to hit.
Jesus.
High rolls.
Is that critical?
Did I get is the feint in effect?
The feint is I don't know.
Okay.
No, it's an action.
Okay. So then with the -2 +2 offset, that's a crit. Yeah.
Okay.
34 is a crit.
He criticals you with the sneak attack bonus against anyone who is off guard.
Oh,
so
shoot.
that is 38 points of damage.
Oh, I'm down. Oh, wait, no. Amulet's Abeyance, free action. I prevent 8 of that. Woo. So how much did he do?
You're at 6.
38.
I can
say.
Oh, I can't say it anymore.
Wow.
That's his turn.
All right, that's his turn.
Okay.
Kneel before me, Galen.
Kneel before Zod.
And he points at the ground with his blade, then looks over his shoulder.
You could serve this city as a true leader, but nothing has ever mattered to you as much as your ambition. And I strike at him again.
Okay, you are -1 with your frightened level.
I will again use Mirror's Implement as my first action to put him flanked.
Okay,
So then I'm at a +1. Yep.
good luck.
All right.
And sorry, I didn't hear it. What was the first part?
Oh,
You
but
s-
I am also frightened, so it's a 0. It's a net 0. Sorry.
You did what with the mirror?
Mirror's Implement, so I just cast my mirror self on the other side of him to flank him.
Oh, gotcha.
You're only
Okay.
negative
That's what
1,
I-
but the
that's what I missed.
flat-footed's -2, so you're...
But I'm also feared 1,
Oh.
so it's a net 0.
And what's the +1 that you're talking about?
Sorry?
You said it's a +1? I'm confused.
No.
flanking.
So I'm flanking him.
I take
He's
care of
okay.
his armor
Yes.
class for that.
I am feared 1,
Okay,
so that's all.
just subtract 1 and I'll take care of it over here.
Great. That's a natural 20.
What?
I validate
Yeah.
20
Holy crap!
3 times.
Oh,
So that is going to be 13
And-
plus 13 is 26. Doubled is 52.
Almost max damage.
52 points?
Yes.
Almost max damage.
That's gross.
That is pretty sick, dudes.
Screw you!
I'm just gonna say right now,
Vador?
Jericho can't do that with his dagger.
He points his blade at the ground and says, "Kneel!" And then you rise up, flip his blade out of the way, and drive him deep into the belly. You rip the blade out. He's bleeding like crazy, holding onto his belly to not spill any guts. He is still fighting. You have 2 actions remaining.
Strike!
Drop.
From
That's
from
that's
Thon's
literally
point of view, is he mortally wounded?
Quite possibly.
Thon will be drawing his bow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have
that-
2 actions remaining.
And while you think about that, I'm going to give you a second there, Galen/Lauren. While you do that, Thon, you see something, and Hemlock, you see something of note. Thon, you see a guard nearby that's been standing near the money and the mayor, and he draws his sword and has it at his side and starts moving behind the crowd to get closer to you. He doesn't like that you're drawing a weapon.
Okay.
Hemlock, you see something a little odd that catches your eye. What you think is a quick glint. You look at the simple, crude podium they really quickly crafted today. That's maybe 10 feet away from you. There's a silver light coming from one edge of the podium that you kind of look at. It's a slight little glimmer of a light. And then as you notice that, someone else does as well, a strange figure you've never seen before, not a guard, most likely one of the mayor's counselor type folks, in a pale gray cloak, quickly goes over to the podium and then pulls off some strange silver cord and then stuffs it into his robe.
Ooh, I'm clocking this guy. I'm going up right behind him.
Okay. You make your way over to him, back over to...
2 actions left.
Forever.
What will Galen do?
I will.
It's great that, by the way, this is critical after critical from everyone involved in this fight.
Just
Right.
pure hatred and animosity laid bare. Yeah, I will strike again.
Go, Galen.
Third action.
That's a 26.
With your fear, 26. With
Off guard.
him
Off
still
guard.
off guard is a hit.
Oh, nice.
So that's
He has 24 hit points remaining.
That's a lot
7
of hit points.
and 13 is 20.
Another brutal blow delivered. A huge chop around his left shoulder blade area, splattering blood across his face. He will not stop. He almost drops to a knee, but holds on quivering legs. You have 1 action left. That was with a -5, and you still got a great roll. That was huge.
Yeah.
1 action left. And they're both in single-digit hit points.
Yeah.
I will.
He the captain has 4 hit points. Galen has
6.
6 hit points.
Whoever gets the next blow in,
Yeah.
and it's likely going to be the captain if you don't get this really hard third attack in.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun.
For all the marbles.
Do it.
This is with a -10 multi-attack penalty. Desperately throws a final attack, Galen does.
No.
You have a hero point.
I do have a hero point.
We have so many
Your
here.
first
And I
roll
will
was a 4.
I'll spend 1.
Okay, this is it. No other rerolls.
That is a 23 to hit. 22 to hit.
With all your...
With all of the penalties, that is a
Off guard.
22 to hit.
Did I tell you guys his armor? No, I
No.
told you his armor class is 24.
That's
-2
a
for off
hit.
guard is 22.
Yeah!
Holy freaking freaks.
Yeah, that's 4 and 13 is
17.
enough.
Yeah.
17.
All right. The moment is yours.
I turn the pommel of the sword towards him. And Galen says, "You don't get off that easy. I spare your life, and as such, you now owe it to me."
You cannot spare his life. You had to declare that as a non-lethal with a -2 ahead of time.
Oh, it's a -2 to hit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Take it. Fuck that guy.
I'm taking moral advice from the guy who shoots somebody
Yeah,
in the
that's a problem.
chest.
It was in defense. His property.
Then Galen simply says, "What a waste." and runs him through.
You run your blade through his chest. The crowd gasps. It goes quiet. The only thing you hear is words in your ear from Vayner. It wasn't supposed to be like this. And then he dies in your arms.
Tonight.
I pick up his sword and put it on his chest and cross his arms over the sword. And then walk away.
The mayor says, "There is a victor to this duel, and it is Galen, the guardian of Tabernary." And the crowd cheers. The mayor tries to say something else about it being legal and everything, but no one hears it. And the crowd just starts cheering and cheering. People start swarming in.
And I collapse on Yannick.
Yeah. Yannick isn't there.
I need a little help. Oh, God, he's not
I will,
right.
You go to where you think
I
you
will
would be.
cast a third level
Hemlock.
soothe.
Okay. You head over to get a third level
and new
soothe.
captain of the guard.
It's a little hard. You have to fight your way past the crowd.
It's a 30-foot range.
No, because then you're accidentally collateral soothing. You gotta watch
Right.
out.
Soothe the world.
I hate this part. Oh, hey, I feel better.
And 32 points of healing.
Oh my god.
That was
you get healed.
close.
Some people surround the captain, including some of the guards, and get away from him. And they push people away who are trying to kick him or grab at him, and they're carrying his body away. The mayor comes over to you. Hemlock, your cloaked figure disappears into the crowd, and you lose sight of him. Make a perception roll. Perception roll 22.
Nope.
Okay, never mind.
Man, I rolled a 9. I got a shit ton of hero points though, so I'll use one just to see. Because I had one carried over from last week that Derek gave me, so I started the adventure with 3.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
better.
nice.
26.
26. Two things. One, Galen, you get another hero point.
Nice job.
Yeah, for sure. And Hemlock, when you watch this person disappear, it was not natural. That person should absolutely be behind these 3 people, and there's no way for that person to have not been there. And then they're gone. The old cheesy thriller movie scene, where the bus just goes by.
The bus goes by.
Yeah. That's not possible.
I didn't know they had buses in Tabernary.
Then there's the side shot. He's clinging on the bus.
Yeah, that was the Matt Damon one. All right. The Mayor Plen makes his way over and shakes your hand and says, well done, Galen. This was, he changes quickly, a somber moment for the town.
You need a new captain of the guard.
Indeed, the town does. A question for you.
I'll leave you to your search, and then I walk away.
And he confusedly holds on to this half blood-covered coin that you gave him. He goes over to Thawne and says, well, eat well, celebrate, drinks at a tavern are on me, and I will reach out tomorrow morning. We have much to discuss, and the city cannot thank you all enough. And pats you on the shoulder and shakes your hand.
Don returns it. He has some skill in society, so he'll firmly return the
But
shake.
unfortunately, with his bow out and an arrow knocked tight, it releases accidentally in this diplomatic moment. Hunter's mark. Sorry.
The arrow of diplomacy.
And the crowd is cheering and things are going on, and it is wonderful. Several of you that are on the more diminutive side are being put up on shoulders
Oh, I
and
don't like
carried
that.
around
Nope.
like Jericho.
No, thank you.
That's not the.
Jericho's going to try to address the crowd.
All right. Well, you can address the crowd.
Hey, what?
You can address the
Put me
crowd from their
down.
shoulders. Oh, also, Dash, you are being put on shoulders, but
No.
it's on the shoulders of other Yosoki.
I don't. It's okay.
So the height is about average.
Just a little lower. It's fine.
All right. There's Jericho is above all the others on some shoulders of some local townsperson, and then you're able to get the crowd to quiet down. What do you say?
He lightly strums on his instrument, and then he goes, we all saw the amazing thing that was done here, but I want to tell you about the real reason why we're here today. And I have a short ballad I want to share with you. There's a short ballad that he wants to share with them about my very best friend. And he embarrasses his friend, but he has something he wants to share about his friend. He does.
You don't have to.
And he comes up and he goes.
It's okay.
And this one he doesn't sing. This one is like a poem that he shares.
That's so much better.
So much better. He goes, in a time when shadows claimed the day and skies grew dark, as if to say, there stood a city bright and true by the name of Tabernary, with skies so blue.
I've heard this
But
one.
lo, from the depths where daylight fades, a demon rose through fiery shades. Vestrath, his name, with eyes of fire, his heart ablaze with dark desire. The city's cries were sharp and keen, in every alley, every scene. A hero's name the people sought, and Dash was called with courage wrought. His elements gleaming, stones at hand, he gathered friends from every land. A city guard with sword and magic bold, a gunman with fire and heart of gold, a ranger wise with deadly touch, and a champion strong with strength as much. They journeyed deep where sunlight wanes, through twisted paths and burning plains, into hells where demons dwell, in search of Vestrath's fiery sail. Through rivers of lava, over spiked ridge, past ancient gates of fiery bridge, their path was fraught with dire strife, yet none would falter, none would blight. At last they reached the demon's keep, where shadows danced and fire motes seeped. Vestrath awaited with a roar, a tempest of fury, wrath and more. Dash led the charge with blazing might, his elements aglow with purest light. The god unleashed the storm of spells, the gunman struck swift through darkened swells, the ranger's arrows caused wounds with grace, and the warrior stood firm in place. The battle raged from dusk till dawn, with fiery wrath and strength withdrawn, but Dash, with heart and will so bold, struck the demon fierce and cold. Vestrath fell with a final scream. His dark reign shattered like a dream. The hell's doors closed with rumbling sound, and silence reigned where fear was found. The heroes returned to Tabernary's light, their faces tired, but spirits bright. The city cheered, the people danced, for freedom had been sweetly glanced. So sing of Dash and companions true, their names and songs and tales renew, for in the darkest depths of night they brought forth dawn with valor's light.
That was great.
Good job, Alan.
Well done.
That was pretty big. Most of it was wrong, but it was really
Read it again.
amazing.
We can't hear you back here.
That's fine. No, it's
Dash the hero!
He's saying thank you.
You have garnered more attention from the community of Tabernary, which has grown from your political base of stoneworkers
Building the base.
to now more of the Newall citizenry. The mayor, the chest, they all are escorted out. There's celebrations going on. Hemlock, you got something?
Before Mayor Plen gets away, Hemlock would like to have a couple moments.
Okay. He is being whisked away by the guards. He says, hold on. And the guards try and pull him. People are trying to swarm him in excitement. He sees you. He can just barely hear you over the din of the crowd.
How far away? Can I get up close to him?
You can get right up.
Just get up close to him and put my hand on his shoulder and say, I owe you an apology. You sent me with a task that I did not complete.
Let's talk tomorrow. Let's figure this out tomorrow. You and I.
And this package is yours.
And then the guards start
did
pulling
take
him away.
care of another problem you had, though.
The guards are
Okay.
pulling him away. He says, tomorrow.
Okay.
And they whisk him off. Yes.
Galen has one last thing to do here. He's
He
going
hasn't peed in a
to
while. The corpse is still here.
white, full, teeth are floating.
You just take it out and go.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that lesson learned last time. He's going to find Dash, who is still holding a bedroll, a rather heavy bedroll that I handed to him last time. And woo, it's like magic. Dash, can you take me to Nems, please? We need to have a word with him.
Yes. I would be happy to take you away from all the people here so we can go find Nems. This way.
I just picture the crowd of people and carry him go, to Dims!
Dash moves through the crowd in the way that you normally see him moving through when I am pickpocketing and just kind of making my way through. But it is very, very fast serpentine, kind of dodging my way through, head down as much as possible. So do your best to keep up because I'm moving fast.
Okay.
No, I know I'm not there, but I have a suggestion for that 500 gold. Since the Yosoki and such are getting the 10 grand, there's the androids outside of the city that could use it, but it's just a thought.
Did you guys hear something?
This is Nems.
It's just
Strange.
I'm
Like
just
a little
saying.
angel on my
angel.
shoulder.
That's his ability now. It's a knight.
Flick that
You little
sucker up.
guilt.
Oh my god, he lives in my head!
Ariel's everywhere. Get off
Bionic cast conscience on the group.
Ew, gross, get it off!
Last one action
Setter
only.
is the evil
Grasshoppers.
we know.
Yeah.
Super fast while they're heading, I'm going to be heading to the Yosoki area and repeating my ballad
Mm.
in broken but passable Yosoki.
Can you
To that
come
crowd.
up with one quick phrase, like 3/4 of a sentence that they will be able to chant over and over? That's the one thing they're going to remember, and that will stay with the community.
Canon, if
So-
you will.
Sing of Dash and Companions True.
That's not a good one.
Okay.
You have not heard the ballad of Brave Dash until you've heard it in original Yosoki.
That's right.
Hold on, I want to write that
I
down.
heard his companions did all the
Sing
work.
of Dash and Companions.
No, it was Dash all the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Is the Yosoki Tavernry chant.
Spray painted on the wall now.
Yes. All right. So a couple of you are heading over in that area to chat with Nems. The Yosoki are following you. There's still parties and celebrations breaking out everywhere inside the Newall area and inside the city itself. We will have, I was going to say, Yannick, Sir Yannick. You are able to join up with some of these people and meet them an hour or two later, and you guys can start to celebrate. And there was some meeting with Nems.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
Dash and Galen are seeking out Nems.
You have found him. He is in the big tent area that they have, and a bunch of Yosoki are following, but they're waiting outside. Nems is there, and he says, "This is wonderful, wonderful news! What a day!"
What a day.
It is quite remarkable, Nems, and Dash is definitely someone you should be proud of.
You're still bleeding quite a lot.
Yes, it's true. I'll get that looked at. Nems, can we talk somewhere a little more private?
It's just the three of
Okay,
you.
there's no others around?
A
Okay.
little more private.
so private. It's
Dash!
Should the three of us talk somewhere where there's only two of us?
Dash, if you will,
What's
the bedroll.
Yosoki word for sidebar?
Dash brings up the sheet with 500 gold-ish with jewels and whatnot wrapped up inside of it.
Yeah. Nems, this understandably it pales in comparison to the 10,000 that the mayor just promised you. And you might call me suspicious, but I wonder how easy it's going to be for you to get your hands on those funds. Some patrons of this town who've decided to leave wanted to leave this as a gift for the refugees. And I bequeath it to you, and I ask that you spend it in honor of all the refugees and for the benefit of all.
A bedroll, and he
And I lift the corner up so you can see.
he sees. He says, "This is amazing. I don't know what to say."
Just keep it safe and keep building yourselves and the others who need it a safe place to live within this city.
Well, we thank you, everyone here, and I cannot thank you and both you and Dash enough. and he comes over and hugs you in whatever cleanish, non-bloodied spot that he can.
Oh, I can't. Well, it would just.
Could you just raise that leg? All right, hold on. I'll
Does
shift.
the elbow?
Based off of my knowledge of Asoki, do
Let's
they
just fist
appreciate
bump.
ear scritches?
What did you just say?
That's what we say.
All of the progress you had made.
Take
yeah,
your
that's
bedroom back, you tad. The second duel of the day with Galen happens.
Somewhere 85 yards away, Jericho's offended.
All right.
That's a faux pas right there, baby.
To the Yosoki.
That was you, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So you guys are going to celebrate and relax. Listeners, anything else you're doing on this very long day, we will skip to the resting and recovering.
Just a whole lot of yub-nub.
All right.
I would,
I
would do a treat wounds on G-Man over here.
Thank
yeah,
you.
for sure. With treat wounds and some lay on hands, you guys are able to get him up to full health before resting. You guys go to different. I guess there's a tavern. Most of you guys hang out
Eggs?
at. What's that?
Eggs?
No.
don't-
Well, taverns are an inn where you sleep at.
Oh, okay.
I just want to check real quick. Did Galen see anything, or not Galen? Did Thon see any of the glint that was out there
No,
at
but
all?
Hemlock will definitely
Oh.
tell the rest of the group that. Actually, I probably would go straight to you, and once Yannick meets up, I would tell them what I saw. And
All
how
right, so I didn't
this
see it. All right.
gray cloak figure just disappeared.
Why don't you just save it for the morning? Let's have that conversation, but in the morning.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
we'll do that one because I want to hear it. And plus, we also need Yannick to share his experience as well in the morning. We'll do it in the morning. All
The
right.
last note.
In the morning!
The last note is where they stay.
In the morning, in the evening.
That's where Dash and Jericho stays at the last note.
Okay, it is nighttime, and while it is nighttime, far away to the west, Amaryl returns back from a long day's work. She comes back and is greeted by her mother. And how was your day? Oh, it was fine. And she brings in a basket with some fruit and vegetables that she drops off. They have a dinner. She reads a bit on a new book that she has purchased and sits quietly by herself, her mother in the other room, in this small place on the third floor of a apartment type area, small, mashed up small houses in this grand city of Mirskan to the west of Navarre. Until she finally can't keep her eyes open anymore, she goes to a small bedroom and finally goes to sleep in a small bed and drifts off and has a dream that is a message and words from Galen.
She hears a perhaps softer voice than she's used to hearing recently, and she hears, "Hello, Amaryl. Time is short, so I must be quick. This is real. This is Galen. I found your letter. You have always been and will always be enough. I will never not need you. The world changes around us, and I'm called to serve. I couldn't live with myself if innocence suffered while I could prevent it. I hope our worlds, yours and mine, are big enough to encompass both our needs. Send word to our home should you wish to reply. I'll always return there. Love through heaven and hell. Galen."
She stirs, rolls over as she dreams, and continues to rest. And we will take our break there, and we will be back with day 2 of the heroes back from hell and see what happens next. We'll be right back. All right, we are back from break. Quick plug for our campaign wiki. If you'd like to get information about the campaign, the different towns, the people in the towns, the kingdoms, the religions, the history, and all that stuff, check out ingloriousbards.com and click the link there for the campaign information, as well as our Patreon. A few bucks a month, just a few, get you access to all our after shows and one-shots and more. You can check that out at patreon.com/ingloriousbards.
Wiki.
It is late into the evening, early in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. Jericho, you squirm uncomfortably in your bed, blink your dreary, dreamy eyes, and you see there is a light that is annoying you coming from the window that is slightly catching your eye and causing you to not get some good rest. As you blink and try and look a little more closely, you see it is not coming from the window, but beneath the window is a small table with a small little pan on it you have for water to wash your hands and face a little bit, and it's coming from the side of the table on one of the legs. And it is a slightly glowing silverish light running down the side of a leg.
A weird reflection. So I look where that reflection's coming from.
You look around. You see no reflection, but it looks like a seam on the table leg has a light emitting through it. Dash is reluctant to wake up.
Dash. I think it's possible that side table might be catching on fire.
Fire's bad. Dash looks where Jericho's looking.
You look, you see nothing out of the ordinary.
I don't see any fire.
And neither do you, Jericho.
No fire.
It was nothing.
Wow.
Sometimes I have dreams at night, and when I open my eyes, they continue on for a little while. Does that ever happen to you?
I've stopped listening.
And then they keep going, and like for a while, I think I still see them. They're like shapes. Like there can be like a tree outside, and there's a light behind it, and you get like a shape on the wall, and I think it's a big clawing thing coming at me.
Jericho drifts back off to sleep after talking to himself for about 15 more minutes, realizing he is the only one awake.
Probably doesn't matter what I'm saying anyway.
Jericho has a brief dream about something. What does Jericho dream after this big day?
Jericho just dreams about the group all doing something super cool, and he's like watching them all do something super cool.
Your dream is interrupted, and you are still early morning, and that light is still there going down a table leg of the table across the room from you.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
You cast Detect Magic. What's the sound that makes? You detect magic.
And my Detect Magic got better than it used to be.
Ooh.
Because now it tells me more stuff. Because it used to just tell me if there was something close, but now it tells me the rank or level of the most powerful magical effect that my spell detects, as determined by the general manager.
All right. The rank or level of the most powerful magical effect is 9.
Jericho wets the bed ever so slightly. I'm gonna rush over and kind of like run around to a side to see if I see like from another side that looks differently real quick. Whatever
You
that
look from
is.
the other side, and no, it looks like some little line that's got like a table leg that's just been crafted, and there's some sort of little cut down the side, and there's this silvery little light. Yeah, you get a little closer. You can see inside is a thin cord of silver, some sort of material. Looks like a very, very thin rope that's silver, and it's emanating just this dullish glow of silver down the length of that
I'm gonna go grab my dagger real quick and see if I can like poke that little ropey thing
Okay. You poke the little ropey
without dying.
Without dying.
Can I do that?
Hang on. Retcon.
Take a plus
I
4 to
finished
not
the sentence.
dying.
That's all. I finished the sentence.
You poke it and it starts to come a little. You can get a little dagger underneath it, and it's just a little ropey type deal.
Oh, I'm gonna just kind of like run it up the edge and see if I can just kind of peel it off and like flip it on the ground.
All right, you do so, and there is a blinding light that hits your eyes, and you blink and you blink. And as you look, the silver cord disintegrates and becomes a bit of a dust, and then even that disintegrates, and you are left with no sign of it and no light.
Is there anything I can tell about what that might have been? Like anything I've ever heard about what that could be, what that might have been?
Make an Arcana or Occult, and you need a 28 for a very crude description.
Okay. I have the possibility of getting that. If I roll a 19.
What? Not even a
19 or
20?
20.
I got a 11 plus 9 for a 20.
20 total is not enough. You're not sure.
That's a scary snake right there. Okay. I'm gonna do I see any way, like if I look at the table where it was, can I see any way that it was attached or any way? Anything left on the edge of the table thing where it was?
Yeah, you look, you see no way for it to be attached, but you do see just a small little groove, and each of the legs had it, and just looks to be part of the construction of that simple table.
Okay. I probably don't sleep anymore that night. I just sit on the edge of the bed, kind of in a protective overdash kind of position. I gently pull out a hanky and just dab a little bit there.
All right.
But watching the door to the window to the table to dash to the door to the window to the table to dash
All right.
to the door to the window
Okay.
to the table.
Time passes,
To
and I
dash.
have an alert here that we have a hero point to be given out by Derek, our tech. Derek, who gets a hero point? Jericho has been selected
I have
for a hero point. We have a bunch of hero points out right now, don't we?
There's a lot out there.
Yeah.
Gotta get some reasons to use them.
Okay.
should it
Somebody still only has one.
Wow.
It's okay.
Wow.
It's okay. It's fine.
That's
Fine. Not a big
Yeah,
deal.
but you're not doing much. So.
Galen only has one? No, Galen has like
keeping
7.
tabs on everything.
It is morning time, and Jericho, you have been up. Didn't get too much sleep, but we won't have it negatively affect too much. You still came from a high of the celebration. You've gone downstairs. You had a meal. You've come back upstairs. You've watched. You've gone downstairs. You've drinking the hard stuff, which might be milk for you. You've gone back upstairs. Everything's fine. You're just on edge constantly. One of those morning times, maybe 7:30, 8 in the morning, there's a couple people that are slowly coming out of bed into the tavern, and several of the heroes you're waiting for have not shown up yet. You're still a little on edge. Then the elf with the armor and the big falchion comes walking in. This is, of course, Aduin comes walking in and sits down next to you to start getting planning of what everyone's going to do.
Hello, my good friend. How are you today? Did you sleep well?
No, I did not.
Oh. Were you disturbed by the celebrations of last evening?
No, I was disturbed by an incredibly powerful magical snake.
That does sound disturbing. Did it bite you?
No, it was in my room, and then I killed it.
Well, at least it's been dealt with.
I don't-
Clapping you on your shoulder.
I look at my shoulder where I got touched, just to make sure there's not a snake there.
There's no snake. You do see Stog, the barbarian. He comes in as well and pulls up a seat at the table.
How we doing this fine morning? Breakfast? Don't mind if I do. And I grab everything and start chowing down.
That's okay. I don't eat much. I'm full.
Thank you.
You're welcome that I'm full. What are you guys doing here? Who are Dash?
Who? What's going into him?
I do not know. You seem perplexed, my good friend.
Yeah.
The archer also arrives to start getting things going. Clearly, this is with bow and heavy hooded cloak. The pixie Geggy.
Morning, morning, morning. Everyone's so quiet. They always keep so quiet. There's so much to be happy about. It's a beautiful day outside. Why do you not join in this? Well, raise a cup at least. It's morning, morning, morning.
Morning, Gege.
Good morning, Hideo.
Oh, I think he had some bad cheese.
Oh, is he grumpy again today?
It does that to me sometimes.
Oh, poor soul.
I don't think I'm ever grumpy.
The innkeeper comes and says, "The usual, is it 4 or the 6? 6." And he starts putting out some gruel.
Hi, my name is Jericho, and you are...
You named me. I mean, Geggy? I'm a little hurt, but Geggy? You named me?
How do you spell that real quick?
Geggy.
I knew that.
I named you?
2 G's. Actually.
I didn't sleep well last night. Remind me of that.
You're a gnome, aren't you?
Currently,
Right?
I pinch myself.
You pinch yourself, not making their way quick or dashing down the stairs in any way. Slowly hobbling down is an old man. This is, of course, the kineticist, Zaldor.
I felt like I didn't sleep nearly all 40 winks. Hello, Jericho, young lad. Geggy, will you pass the gruel, please?
Okay, bossy.
Stog, have you already eaten yours?
I beg say. What?
Have you already eaten yours?
Why?
Because you always steal Jericho's porridge. Every morning you do
I'm
this.
hungry.
I know you're hungry, but remember he needs to eat as well, don't you, my wee treasure?
Words come out.
just a
Stop.
wee
Food
lad.
goes in. Let's go on with the day.
We're not all here. We must wait for our last companion.
Oh.
Who are we waiting for?
Hemlock!
You look around, you see at the door is a very confused Hemlock with a pistol carefully drawn at his side.
Hemlock! Welcome! Come on!
Is there trouble about? I see
Hemlock.
your weapon out.
What?
Hemlock, are you...
Oh, we're getting in a fight.
Hemlock, are you having the same dream as me?
I don't know if that's possible, but this is very weird. Who are your friends?
Oh.
Dash?
You are a weird sort, sir. Have a seat. Your porridge is ready.
He was up late last night. He was drinking all day.
Oh, you're
I'm
having
certain.
a laugh.
That's why he can't remember anything.
We were all drinking.
I remember a lot of things.
Gun.
My mommy owns a store.
Yes. Mommy Quintilians.
That was a nice try.
I don't know, man. Where's Dash?
Upstairs. I just run out of the room up to my room.
All right, he panics.
Oh
your-
yeah, 100%.
Your bard.
Geggy marks him.
And as I run, I just there's a broad dispel magic just back into the room.
Okay.
Just like, oh crap! Just whatever. Probably on that one. Just on the barbarian. Just like get that thing away from me. Just a dispel magic.
Oh, that tickles.
You never could.
As I
hold
run
his liquor.
upstairs.
You run
Up to my room.
upstairs. You just see the usual accoutrement of Zaldor left on the overturned sheets and all that. What would be there? What are some of the things left behind?
Obviously, we have the one slipper. We never need the two, do we? We just have 1 foot at a time. We have the extra pair of red robes, my special robes. They were the special style that we have. And of course, my books. We have several. One with the letter A, and one with a Z in it, and another one's got L, and if I have the other three, they'll all spell my name again just as they're supposed to. But it's my normal wares, and you also know not to touch the R. Very clear.
They just all hear a squeal from upstairs.
Pretty good.
And then there's this call. Hey, Hemlock, could you help me with something up here?
Yeah, I look at these other four very suspiciously.
Geggy follows
Gun's
and
still
is wondering
drawn.
what's going on.
All right, Hemlock
This
and
is a new
Geggy go
game.
upstairs.
And I'll go
Don't
upstairs.
touch the R! I'll be up shortly.
All right, Jericho, you have Hemlock and Geggy have joined you up in your room upstairs.
What is it? What is it?
Where? I didn't call you. It's a surprise that Hemlock and I are planning.
A surprise! Geggy pokes set in and tries to figure out what the surprise is.
All right.
What is the surprise?
I'll put my hand on Geggy's shoulder and kind of back him out of the room.
You're not part of the surprise. I want you to be surprised as I am.
A surprise for Geggy!
You need to give us a minute.
Oh, I see. I'm not good enough. Fine. Okay. Harm not done. So.
And then I shut the door in your face.
And then I immediately just poke Hemlock to make sure he's real.
And then I start poking you back. What's going on?
It's a poke off.
I was in my room and in the middle of the night I woke up and there was this glowing snake on my table right here, like just a little strap of line of
I
light.
saw something like that yesterday.
Hemlock and Jericho are upstairs poking each other.
That sounds like fun.
And I pried it off, and it was like a snake or a string or a thing, but then it fell on the ground and it disappeared. But wait, here's the thing. I gotta tell you, I did a detect magic, and it was okay. And we've seen a lot of stuff. It was the most powerful magic that I've ever tested. It was huge magic.
I don't say. We need to find out who these four imposters are.
Demons, I think.
You think they're demons?
Maybe we invite them in one at a time and kill them, and that's how we get home.
You can't kill people without making a lot of noise.
I can't.
Hemlock, if you don't mind, I do need to change. I've only got my one slipper.
Okay. And I let just you in.
Zaldor comes in and you close the door behind him.
Thank you. Jericho. Are you alright? You two are acting very
we are
odd.
not all right.
Well, sit down. Tell me your troubles.
You're very familiar with us, but neither of us have ever laid eyes on you.
I have no idea who you are.
Jericho, my dear boy. We've been roommates together for months. Hemlock, we went through hell together.
No, we most certainly did not.
We've been an adventuring team for a grand many moon nights this time. We were just
No,
celebrated
see, I've never
as
heard anyone
heroes.
say a grand many moon nights ever. I would know
If
that because I
anybody
would.
was to say
'cause-
that, it would be you.
Yeah, I would be the one to say that. I would know that because I would have put that into a song sometime. But no one's. I've never heard. That's a great line, though. I like that line.
I'm very hurt. I mean, Jericho, I know you have a family of your own, but I'd like to think of you more as a son to me.
Nope, that's super
You're one
awkward.
of the dearest, closest friends I've ever had, and I would hate to hear of anything being troubling to you ever.
You are.
Downstairs, the champion Aduin, a messenger comes up to you.
Well, what they do in their own time is really their business, after all.
Excuse me, sir. I have these messages.
Yes, of course you do. Hand them over, please.
He hands one over to you that has your name, Aduin, on it, and another one for Hemlock.
Oh, very good, very good. I set the one for Hemlock aside and open up mine.
The messenger stands there.
Yes, thank you. You're dismissed.
He turns away. It looks so offended and runs
Hit
off.
the no tip button right there.
You just turn that little credit card machine back around, that iPad back around.
Custom tip 0.
And it's a message that says, Dear Aduin and company, please join me in my office this afternoon to discuss the future of Tabernary. And I'm excited to see where the city goes next. Signed, Mayor Plen.
Yes, the mayor has summoned us. As to be expected.
What? What's that? Give me that. And he grabs the one with Hemlock's name on it.
Okay.
Stog does.
All right. Stog, you have that letter with Hemlock's name on it.
What's
with
this,
the
eh?
mayor's seal sealed.
You know, that's really improper, Stog.
Ow.
That's really does belong to Jericho and his or Hemlock, and is really his to open, I
Where-
believe.
We're best boys. They won't mind.
I'm
Click. Break it open. Read it.
All right. It says, Dear Mr. Hemlock, I would love to meet with you this morning at your earliest convenience to discuss multiple things before we convene with the rest of your company. Signed, Mayor Plen.
Hemlock's got a secret. Hemlock's got a secret. Look at this.
as I said, that is really his business to discuss with us.
Oh, you're no fun.
What does it say?
It says,
Can you even read, friend?
says it wants to meet with Hemlock in private. That's what it says. Without us.
He has conducted business with him in the
I
past,
don't-
so it does make sense.
I don't like it.
All right. Back upstairs.
Vestrath. We fought and defeated him together. Before that, we felt the smoke and the demons. There was an old crone. Are you not feeling all right? You should remember all of this. It was not that long ago.
Do remember all of this, but you were not part of it.
Are you sure the noisy option's not okay?
Settle down.
I don't know that I can.
He's getting worked up. And he's got hero points in his pocket.
I have a die here that says I have 3 hero points. I am going to cast a cantrip.
Okay.
I unsling my instrument, my ukulele from me, and I start to play a quick little minor chord, and I play the cantrip Dirge of Doom.
Okay.
Enemies within the area are frightened 1.
All right.
Enemies are.
Yeah.
Just seeing if it affects anyone nearby.
You strum that dirge, looking cool, like point blank into the eyes of Zaldor.
Unblinking.
100%. 100%.
And he doesn't seem phased in the slightest.
It is one of my favorites of yours.
Jericho
So-
relaxes about 1.4%.
Zeldor, have you ever heard of Dash?
No.
He's a Yosoki kineticist.
Is he related to Nems? We worked with Nems
all
last
the
night. With,
Yosoki are kind of related, right?
I mean, I really don't know. Would I? They're an odd bunch.
Yonick?
They don't really come out very much.
Thon?
Thon.
Galen?
Mm,
Amaryl?
sure. Yes, she's in Mir Skan. But we haven't heard from her for months when she closed the store.
Why, Emerald, why, so, remind me, I can't, I'm off top my, I can't, off top my head, I can't, why did you close the store again?
We were being attacked by demons, young boy.
Yeah, but that's
There
why
was
she
a-
closed
there was a great
Did
shadow
someone
that
ask
came
her
down.
to close the store?
Everyone asked. We
Everyone
sent
asked her to
messages
close the
throughout
store?
Tabernary to ask people to leave for their own safety.
Okay, that's,
She wasn't the only one. There were several stores that closed down.
okay.
If you recall,
I seem
you
to
may
remember
not-
her husband asking her to,
The
is she
mayor.
married?
Hemlock, the mayor, was shot. Do you remember that? Were you a part of that?
Were you a
You
part of
didn't
that?
do it. There was a man in a red cloak.
I do remember all of this. You're saying these memories, but we have them with other people, not with you or the other three downstairs.
So
I have never laid eyes on any of you before.
So we're going to tell them the truth now?
I'm
Okay,
going
no, that's probably good.
cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
And Sanouf! A huge blast of air appears in the room. It's covered, and there's a swirling dust and air and dirt and grit that's about. And I check to see if either of you are bewitched or under a spell. That's a 16.
16, you detect nothing with your wizardly magic.
You appear to be my Jericho and my Hemlock, and yet you're saying that you have been on the quests that we've been a part of, but not with us.
There was a very powerful magical spell in my room last night. The most powerful spell that I've ever seen. And this morning I'm here, but last night I wasn't. I mean, I was here, but my best friend's Dash. He's a Yosoki.
I would
That's
very much like to meet
That's
him.
who was in my room with me. And our champion of Carahel, his name's Yannick. And he saved us all.
Champion of Carahel is named Aduin. There's only one champion ever.
But see, that's where you're not very smart, and I'm trying to figure out why. And that all changed. So there was this, like a string or a snake or a rope of bright light.
Take a breath. You're right.
And it appeared in the middle of the night, right on the table, right there.
Yeah.
See, I'll show him. I'll go bent right there.
Okay.
Is
it there? Are you seeing it now?
No, because I took my dagger and I pried it off, and it fell on the ground like a snake, and then it shriveled up, turned to ash, and it disappeared. But before it, I cast Detect Magic.
Good.
And
Zaldor finds your inhaler of breathing and gives it to you.
It was incredibly powerful magic. The most powerful magic that I've ever sensed.
Even more powerful than Vestrath and the great beast that we encountered there.
I did not cast Detect Magic on the beast. It was very far away, high up in the sky, outside the range of what I'm able to do.
Right, Thon.
And I was busy blowing up Vestrath rather than casting Detect Magic. It seemed odd to cast Detect Magic on a demon who was there in front of me. That seemed like an odd choice.
I remember you were very brave.
Is 3 breaths every 10 minutes a bad thing?
We're gnomes. We have small lungs, but great oxygen usage. I think that those. And you saw what? Where did you see yours?
At the celebration after the fight. Galen and Captain Vaynor.
Captain Vaynor?
He's dead.
I assume he was killed in a duel last night?
I certainly hope not. He's the captain of the city guard.
No, one of our people killed him.
In a duel? It was all above.
That sounds like a very Stog thing to do, but I haven't asked him yet.
Did you just say the word Stog?
Stog. Downstairs, yes.
What are your thoughts on
that's
Captain
a person.
Vaynor? You think he's an upstanding citizen?
I think Captain Vaynor is a very complicated man who has politics on the mind and action in his heart. He is a small man who will stay within Tabernary, but will try to be the biggest fish in this little pond as much as he can be.
He's dead.
That would not be good for Tabernary if he were.
It was his fault. He challenged Galen to a duel.
Galen.
Yeah. Galen can be here, and then he can be here at the same time.
Excuse me just one moment. Zaldar goes to the door. Aduin!
Yes, friend.
Do you know of a Galen and the possible demise of Captain Vaynor last night?
I was with the priest of Carahel. Of course not. I mean, I know Vaynor.
And have you seen him recently? Young Jericho and Hemlock telling me that they are sure he's killed.
I have not been appraised of that.
Geki?
Aduin finds it easier just to come up, and he comes into the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I hear Vaynor being shouted down the stairs. Vaynor! Oh, I got him good.
Stog.
He finds it easier to just come upstairs. So it's okay.
I got him good!
You're right here. You can stop yelling now.
You had a fight with Captain Vaynor last night.
Oh, yeah.
And what happened?
Well, he challenged me, and he got some good licks in, but I took him out beyond the shed.
Stog, when you say he challenged you, was this an actual challenge, or was this another one of those they looked at me wrong?
No, this was in front of everybody. He called me out. You all told me I should fight him, so I did.
I did have a very rough night of sleep last night. The poor young Jericho was stirring and squealing quite a bit.
Hemlock, this is a game for you. But
That feels awkward to me.
the seal is stuck back on with boogers.
What? And Hemlock will read it.
All right. It is the mayor requesting to see you this morning at your earliest convenience before you meet with the rest of the group.
And I show it to Jericho. I don't know what has happened. All of our friends have been replaced by poor copies.
Really bad, really like lower quality ones.
Yeah.
Well,
That sounds like a
wait, whatever do you
horrible
mean
thing
by
to
that?
say.
Oi,
I might be offended.
am I offended?
You want to go see the mayor?
He doesn't like me as much. Well, he doesn't like you that much. Yeah, that might be good. We're the two he likes the least.
All right, then.
Are we the two that he likes the least?
Mayor,
Does the mayor like Hemlock and I the least out of the six of us?
I mean, it's on a scale, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what that means. The least.
on a grading curve, I would say Geggy is probably the least trusting, but certainly the most heard. You have history.
Yeah,
with
we should go.
Hemlock,
Yeah, I think so.
but he's certainly spoken with you, Jericho, several times.
Maybe.
What are looking as Elder? What are they all about?
They don't remember us.
It's more,
They do remember us being together and all of the events that
Then
unfolded.
they do remember us.
But they believe we are others.
you're pretend
Huh?
people. We remember the real people.
Imposters.
Yeah.
This
They-
one, sweet
Jericho,
speaks of another friend, a Yosoki, if you can imagine. Young Dash.
Old and racist.
They are mostly outside of the wall, yes?
Yes.
They're not even really allowed in.
They
we do
also.
hope to
Is
change
there a
that.
new wall here in Davonry?
Yes.
Yes.
And they're still outside of this wall.
Well, they're within the new wall, outside of the old wall.
The one
As
that
it were.
we
What
helped
happened
build.
in your guys' world?
There were.
What happened last night?
By the way, meanwhile, downstairs is Geggy. She's all by herself, the pixie, sitting with her legs just high off the chair, eating the porridge all by herself, lonesome. Continue.
We had a celebration of the building of the new wall, as well as of our return from Vestra's lair of hell. We've been called the Guardians of Davonry. Hemlock, you
Yes.
are a Guardian of Davonry.
This is
Jericho,
all-
you are the greatest bard Davonry has ever known.
Okay.
A Guardian. Doesn't that make you feel great?
There's a lot of touching going on.
I think it would be fair to say I don't feel great right now.
Nope. And there, at
And you
this
have some
cele-
bad cheese too.
at this celebration, were the Yosoki and the other refugees celebrated at all
Yes, you remember.
with a great sum of money? Right?
Over 10,000 gold, in fact.
I gave them the Oxley's gold, too.
So it's coming back to you now, then.
I mean, I have all of these memories, but like we were telling the fancy one
Zaldor,
over here,
Seventh Tower, Keeper of the Wind Spheres over the
it was
Thousand
all
Isles.
with
He does that a lot.
other friends. I've never laid eyes on you before 10 minutes ago.
Oh,
I still don't actually remember what any of your names are.
Hey, do it.
Nope, still nope.
You're making me
Let's-
And you're the champion of Carahel.
Indeed. And I was going to talk to you all about this later, but I was knighted by them last eve. I am Sir Aduin now.
You're
That didn't happen
a
in our
knight.
world, so that's different.
Indeed. I am.
Hemlock, what's that mean?
He's a knight. You have to bow down to him now.
Stog bows.
Every time you see him.
I will not insist upon that, only on official ceremonies.
Once a day you must kiss his ring.
Hemlock, don't tease Stog. You do this every day.
No, that is okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Truly.
I appreciate your...
What a fine reason to miss being called a guardian of Dabenry when you are the first knight of Carahel.
Indeed. I was somewhat taken aback, but not completely surprised, as it were.
That seems like an awful big magic that someone did there.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Is that how you become a knight?
Well,
With magic?
An official ceremony was involved, some adoration.
And then they magicked you.
No, not really. It was more a traditional ceremony over anything else. Not really a magic thing. Although I did get this wonderful silver cloak, and he shows off.
Is that magic?
No, it's just a very finely wrought cloak.
Have you told Gegi yet?
I have not.
Gaggy! I'm eating! Get up here!
Eating.
I think we should all finish up.
There's fluttering, I imagine, as you ascending the stairs.
I just pictured a little Evenrude from Rescuers.
All right, the cloaked pixie Gegi arrives and goes into the very cramped room and closes the door behind her.
Yes,
Do
yes,
any of
yes.
these new these imposters, do any of them have a gray cloak?
Do any of them have a gray cloak?
Like maybe the person I saw disappear last night?
I don't know what you mean by new or imposters, but I don't
Do
believe
any of the
people in this room?
Yep.
None of the people in this room have a gray cloak. As far as
Aduin
I'm
is
aware.
wearing a silver cloak.
I have my red robes, of course. Special robes.
And then Stog is obviously nude all the time.
Pixie Brown.
And graced up.
It's a great campy 70s movie, Pixie Brown.
I'm an investigator!
Nobody got time for that. It's more of a pixie PlayStation film.
I just look at Jericho dumbfounded. Be like,
I try to look ever so slightly more dumbfounded. Like I try to take yours and go like +1. Dumbfounded.
I've been summoned by the mayor, so I think I'm gonna go see about that.
Yeah, I received one of those last night.
Okay. Let's go.
You received the
Jericho.
summons from
You
the
said-
mayor.
I don't
Yeah.
think you should
He
be
wanted to see me
alone.
this morning. He said
Why should
before
I
meeting
not
with
be
the rest
alone?
of the group.
You don't trust Plen, do you?
I wouldn't trust that mayor as far as I could throw him. I can't throw very much.
Besides, I always got your back.
Why should I not trust Plen?
What? Have you forgotten about the Oxleys and the cursed platinum and all that?
He's a creep. He's not even able to do his job properly.
Let's not be too hasty. He's given a lot of gold to the new citizens, and
And where's the gold come from?
that's a valid question. Let's also not forget, we received word from Callian Varro, and we're headed on our way down to Thave today. So we must prepare for that. So let's perhaps meet with the mayor, get that out of the way, and then begin our journey. It's going to be a long, long journey.
We should someone should probably go buy a bunch of food so we have food for the journey, and get horses.
There were a few other things that I needed to wrap up in the city before we leave.
Suicide possibly being one of them.
I was thinking homicide, but yeah. Well, we should probably go see the mayor. We both got summonses.
Pixies.
Separately, different ones, but probably we can, like, two birds with one stone. Because I definitely got a summons last night before I went to bed. One got delivered to me.
Would you like me to go with you, Jericho?
No, he said just me.
All right.
I don't want to make him mad. He might throw me in jail because he's not very nice.
Which has been opened and resealed with
Allegedly.
I'm
just not worried, right?
Doesn't say anything about anybody besides me.
I'm having trouble controlling my breathing. I don't know when to breathe in or out.
Come on, little
Perhaps
friend.
you should just sit down and stay here with us.
No, Hemlock knows how to take care of that.
Stay with us.
Stay with us.
I cast Misty Step. I don't have that, but I invented it in this world.
We will catch up with the four of you later.
Oh, where you go, I go. You know that.
It's all right, Stug. They seem to be having a rough morning. We'll wait.
I could use a drink.
Yeah, go
No.
downstairs and have a drink.
No.
Need I remind anyone that this is one who's been shot at? Someone's actively hunting him, and that bounty is technically still out there. Some fool is bound to be reading it, some scrap of it, or hear rumor of it, and they're all going to be coming this way.
That's why it's good. I'm with him because I can heal him if he gets hurt.
So I'm going with him.
The mayor will be super upset. You probably shouldn't.
If you're going with him, I'm going with him.
I'm assuming that the pixie will probably be able to understand that.
It's a little rude
in Fey, speaking in Fey to Jericho, I'm not sure if we can shake these imposters or not.
I believe they're speaking in Fey.
Let's just go.
I know this dialect.
Let's just go.
Locke and Jericho head towards the mayor's.
On the bright side, a third level fear has up to 5 targets.
And so, Geggy, you're going with him?
Yes, I would like to.
And Stog? Yeah. All right. And what is Zaldor and Aduin doing?
Very confused by their behavior.
Yeah, I know. I've already detected magic, and they're not bewitched. At least I didn't have any spells that I detected on them.
And if it's insisted that I'm not going, like they're trying to sneak away, then there's some stealth craziness going on to watch out.
You guys just you two want to just chill out here? You got some plans in the city?
Yeah, so Jericho actually did have a good idea. So Zeldor's going to follow up on that and start making sure that they have the right supplies and seeing what he can do to acquire some horses.
Okay.
Aduin will
take a ride
accompany
easier.
Zaldor, knowing how absent-minded he can be.
You're a knight. Maybe you can get it like a discount, like a
We shall see.
Knight of Carahill discount.
I do not want to throw my weight around, as it were.
Big old badge.
Oh, where did that come from? Did you see
But
my
I am
silver
wearing the
cloak?
cloak, after all.
With a big K on the back. All right.
Just an open book, really.
We have Stog, Jericho, Hemlock, and Geggy making their way not too far of a distance past the cobblestone plaza up to the Iron Water Fort. And it is in the morning time. The sun is out. People are moving around. The day is starting. And you are at the gates. A guard there.
Remember what happened last time we was here? Oh, that was right off.
Yeah, sure was.
That's right. You had a bad case of diarrhea and you fell down.
What?
And broke your leg.
I mean, that sounds like me. Oh.
Good morning.
Hi.
You must be Hemlock, he says, pointing at Hemlock.
That's correct.
The mayor's expecting you.
Okay,
Please come in.
I'm going to bring my friend Jericho with me.
I only have Hemlock coming in at this time. You'll have to wait outside, the rest of you.
I received a summons as well. It should be on your list.
He goes over and looks at a book and says, "No, don't have you on here at all."
It should be on there.
Yeah, so you can come in, Mr. Hemlock. The rest of you will have to wait outside. Any motions for Hemlock to come in?
I will go in.
All right. He closes the gate, looks at you, smiles and nods at Jericho, and then sits back down as a little guard post, little wooden seat thing. Hemlock, you go inside and you are brought to Mayor Plen. And Plen says, "Oh, good morning. A little hard to wake up. That was quite the evening, wouldn't you say? I suppose you had one hell of a night. Pardon the pun."
It indeed was a strange night, even stranger morning. But I got your summons. Here.
Well, I've been wanting to speak with you, especially since your arrival yesterday, and it sounded like you wanted to speak with me, and I wanted to figure some things out. I'm curious about three things. Three things are on my mind. First, what happened with the coins I gave you to return to Jorman? As Jorman spoke with me some time ago and said he had never returned the coins, and I'm not quite sure whom to believe, as he seemed quite adamant.
Did approach Jordan prior to us leaving the city. It's not favorable. I crippled him. Before I could find you to give it back, my friends and I were whisked away to fight demons and ultimately kill the demon lord. And apparently that took many, many months. It did not feel like that to us. And we just arrived back here yesterday.
He stifles a
But
yawn and slides a
in
platter of peaches your way.
our travels, I did find out all of that platinum that he originally gave you. The 97 platinum you gave me, plus 3 more that we have not identified yet, were all cursed by this demon lord.
Cursed,
So,
you say?
I left those cursed platinum pieces in hell.
Well, that's a new one. Haven't heard that before. Money owed left behind in hell as it was cursed.
I have no reason to lie to you.
This is not the first time I've heard this tale, though. I've heard it once before by someone whom I trust, and that is your friend and champion Aeduin. So if Aeduin also says it is true, then I believe the two of you.
Very good.
That settles that. And that makes me feel better. I want to be able to trust you.
And I want to be able to trust you.
Then perhaps this would help. My second thought. I want to know what your opinion is on Stog, and will he accept the captain of the guard position? We had talked about it before you all left. I had said, and perhaps strongly implied, that he would have the position, but you were not here. Stog was not here, so I gave it to Captain Vayner. There's now an opening, and it seems only fitting.
If you're asking my opinion whether he will accept the position or not, I do not think he will. But I can certainly have words with him and see how favorable he is to that idea.
That would be appreciated. You know Stog better than anyone. And I need strong allies for sure. Very good.
And your third topic of discussion?
And that was for Captain, right?
Captain of the Guard.
Captain of the Guard.
Because there's a vacancy.
Have you heard anything about Jorman Oxley as of late? Because very early this morning, a report was brought to me about some news.
I don't think you have to worry about Jorman Oxley anymore.
I had a feeling there were some descriptions of his demise that caught my eye. And I wanted to let you know that whomever fills the role, I will be communicating to my new captain of the guard to investigate Jorman's murder as a simple burglary gone wrong, as he was not someone I'm glad to have had returned to the city.
He was a scourge to the city.
So if you were at all concerned about his well-being, you do not have to worry about that.
Very well.
And I will make sure the captain of the guard knows this as well.
Okay.
And you had something you wanted to speak with me about.
All I wanted to let you know was that Jorman Oxley will not be a thorn in your side any longer.
Clearly.
And I hope that gives the two of us some good graces, as we once had a decent relationship.
I believe it does, and I look forward to strengthening it even more, and to our future conversation with you and the rest of the Guardians of Tabernary and later on today.
That is news to me. When is this meeting?
This afternoon.
Very well.
He reaches out and shakes your hand and says, I'm glad we have a bunch of that behind us now, as well as so much of the darkness that has been hanging over Tabernary. And it seems so much brighter and clearer now, thanks to you and your friends. And one more thing. There are things that are hard to learn about, to understand, to know about what is threatening the city. There are large merchants from near Scone that are trying to put their hooks into the city in ways that do not benefit us, though I do want more trade. There is control that is always worried about by the Silver Council from the leadership in Mirskan that I do not want here. There is violence from the east that could come here at any time. We hear stories of the Legion, the dead, and we are the first great city that would be attacked well before Mirskan. There's these kinds of threats that are beyond the city guard. There is also, I've been hearing, interest from House Ioleth. They had a representative or two dropping by while you were gone, but Vayner couldn't make heads or tails of it, only heard their names. He believes they may have met with several wealthy merchants here in the city. I can make an assumption about who one of those might have been. I do not want any houses getting their fingers into the city. My point is, Hemlock, I need someone to get information, to keep an eye out for things that the guard cannot, and to contain threats that are beyond the legal responsibilities of the city guard. Someone who can get things done, such as making sure the Oxleys are no longer in town, which you know a great deal about. I think someone like that would be valued greatly, someone this city hasn't had before, and I think someone you would be perfect for.
That's what my companions and I have been doing, is protecting this city beyond what the guards can do.
He comes around the table and gets a little quieter. I'm looking for something beyond a guard and not a guardian. Someone who can get things done. That only you, I think, have the skills and temperament for.
I don't know what to say to this offer at this moment. I will need some time to think about it.
Of course.
But as you know, I am a guardian of this city. From your own mouth, I'm a guardian of the city, as are all of my companions. We even have a newly minted knight amongst us.
And that is why I'm speaking to you direct, as this would not be work suitable for such a chivalrous man as Aduin.
Let me ponder your offer. Other matters to deal with today. I will reach out to you soon.
Very well, and I will see you and your companions later this afternoon. And try to enjoy your morning with any hangover. I know I will try. And he laughs and holds his head.
Oh.
You head out and see several of your friends there waiting for you.
Apparently we have a meeting with the...
You're alive!
Of course I'm alive.
Oh, thank God.
As a group, we have a meeting with the mayor later this afternoon, which I was not aware of.
Oh, right. Aduin read that earlier.
Very nice of him to relay the information. This is a very strange day.
Oh, like overcast?
I think he was referencing with all of our friends being replaced with fake duplicates.
Shall we go find them?
Go find who?
That was fake friends. Go find them.
Who are the fake friends?
What?
I know Jericho very well.
So you should go find yourself.
We are very good friends, but before this morning, I have never seen you.
I think maybe your real Hemlock and your real Jericho got sucked away into another plane of existence.
Got a key?
Look at me, you're in this
I'm
mess.
worried. I don't think he's right in the head.
Well, to be fair, I don't know a lot of you all that well either. But here we are.
Can you fix them?
No, that's more old man.
In our party, was there another member that died?
Oh. You're talking about a Gary.
Yes, Agiri.
Oh.
That is correct.
Rest his soul.
The tone of voice is so weird.
We don't talk about a Gary.
Why do we not talk about Agiri?
Because Aduin doesn't need to cry.
It's all right to cry.
It is all right to cry.
Yeah, I'm very close to doing it right now. I was talking about Alan, not Jericho.
Meanwhile, we can come back.
It's
wherever
called
we
Yes and Chris. Enjoy.
Zaldor and Aduin, you two have gotten supplies, all the supplies that you need. The community is gracious to give gifts to the Guardians of Tabernacle. So food, new bedrolls, the ration type stuff, fresh rope, tents type things, whatever you need. And then the mayor has also given you all horses.
Oh, that's lovely. Aduin would have also swung by his friend Jonah and retrieved his retribution axe.
Jonah has it ready for you.
Excellent. Very good. Glad to hear.
All right. What would anyone like to do?
Hemlock would like to go. It's very confused, but is playing along. Would like to go see his friend Sylvia Copperthorn.
Oh, okay. You go to Sylvia Copperthorn's workshop, which is just down inside a sewer entrance. Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but Giggy's had clear conversation on this. If Hemlock is going off to do something, he's got a bounty, he needs backup.
Okay.
So Giggy's following
Yeah.
along.
All right.
Oh yeah, just to be real clear, wherever Hemlock goes,
Oh yeah.
like it's almost like my hand in his back pocket.
Yeah, like
Just-
you're a third grader on a field trip.
Yeah.
I've got my hand in his other back pocket.
Jericho, did you want to come with me and make sure we have the
You're
horses
shopping.
ready?
I don't even want to talk to you. Like, I don't know who you are.
I brought all the things.
Like you walk up to talk to me, I don't even recognize that you're the guy that was in the room before. I'm like, there's another guy walking up to me that I've never seen before.
We've seen him before.
I haven't.
Hello, Big Z.
I don't know what's going on, Jericho, but we do need to play along, I think.
And I'm gonna start, rather than talking to you out loud, casting message.
Sure.
And so there's just me like, and then but only you can hear it in your head, and
I
then you
can't
can
answer
respond
it.
in a short little
Oh, I
message
can?
back. A short
Yeah.
little message back.
And
Oh,
the first one you hear when he goes is
And all I say back is, I think we need to play along.
I think we break it by killing all of them.
Don't know if that's possible.
Oh, it's
I'm a strong fighter, and you're a strong healer.
Aduin, I'm
Play
worried.
along for now.
Hey, do I know you?
Yes.
you're not
Here
there.
we go.
They're shopping.
Okay. You came up and talked to me. We passed on the street. Yeah, the shopping cart going down. Okay.
All right, Sylvia's workshop. You bang on the door, and she opens it up, and she says, "Hemlock,
Sylvia.
come in, come in, come in."
Yes, please.
And she says, "Oh, Jericho, Stog," and gives you a low 5.
Hello, Sylvia.
And Geggy, I still have nothing for you.
Crap.
Keep asking.
She knows them.
Yeah, everybody knows them except for us.
Crap.
It's been some time. I apologize for that.
That's all right. There was a big celebration. I missed it.
I'm so sorry.
I heard it was fantastic.
It was overrated.
Oh,
You know me. I don't want celebration for myself.
I heard like there was a big fight. The captain of the guard was like killed by like 1,000 swords. Like you all stabbed him at once, and then you all got like 10,000 gold. Here to spend that 10,000, I
not
hope.
Quite how it worked, but I did bring you a present, as I like to do, and I present her with 12 units of red phosphorus.
She said, "Oh, yeah, we talked about this. I can absolutely use this for you."
Good.
And she takes that. She says, "Yeah, it won't take me too long. Maybe by tomorrow, unless you need them by tonight."
I want this to be a present for you. I also, last time I was here it was many months ago. But you had an item that I was very interested in. I did not have the gold for it then, but I do now.
Oh, she says, "Well, I've got several things if you're interested."
I am.
And she goes over to a case, unlocks it, looks over her shoulder, unlocks it, and this little gnome tinkerer says, "I've got a couple of things for you. Here are some one-shot items I've been working on." And she shows you an energized cartridge. It's one use only. It's 20 gold. Should I stop there?
Oh, jeez.
No, keep going.
It is a talisman you affix to your firearm, and when activated, it causes the ammunition fired from the affixed weapon to transform into your choice of acid, cold, electrical, or fire, dealing that type of damage. So now you can get around or hit
Slick.
vulnerabilities. I believe it's a free action to trigger, and then if you critically hit, it does 1d6 persistent damage of that type as well.
That's very great.
Expensive, but yeah. So that is Energized Cartridge. She also has, I believe you know this one, Life Shot.
Yep.
5 gold each, heals 1d4 hit points.
However that works.
I know about those.
But you got to hit.
Yep.
Targets are flat-footed if they're willing.
Heal, damn it. Heal.
She has, in the one-time use only, a big rock bullet. It costs 60 gold, one use only. Shall I stop there?
Jeez.
A big rock bullet is a special type of bullet, a little that when activated, also a free action. It transforms into a giant rock after it's launched out. Turns into a big rock. If you fail, you've wasted 60 gold if you miss that shot. If you succeed, the target takes an additional 4d6 bludgeoning damage when they get hit. And even if you fail, they still take 2d6. It's that big.
Okay.
And then the last temporary one she has is a persistent lodestone. It's 55 gold. It's a talisman you affix to your weapon. And when you activate it as a free action and you think you might miss, if your missed shot happens, the bullet immediately returns right back into your firearm, and you don't have to reload it.
Whoa.
But again, you could activate it and it hit, and then you've wasted it.
So the talismans are just a one use.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Then she has 3 permanent items of interest to you. A magnifying scope.
Mm-hmm.
It is 70 gold. You attach it to a firearm, extends the range. It gives you a +1 bonus to perception checks to seek creatures if you're looking through the scope. And you can activate it, I believe, as an action. Oh, no, those other ones were regular actions. Those were not free actions, I believe. Anyways, for an action with this, you gaze through the scope, you zoom in on your targets, you increase the range increment of your weapon by 5 until the beginning of your next turn. So if you need to go really far, that can really help you out. Then she has a gunner's bandolier. 60 gold. Incredibly spacious bandolier, can hold up to 4 one-handed firearms. And the bandolier can be etched with your runes instead of your weapon. When you invest in the bandolier, you can tune it to each of 4 weapons holstered in it. As an action, you empower one of the attuned weapons in the bandolier, granting it runes etched onto the bandolier and removing the runes from a previously drawn weapon. And then you get to draw the weapon as well, part of that action. And then as 3 actions, all the weapons that were ever attuned to this bandolier when you invest in it, not including the ones you're currently wielding, return to the bandolier. And one of them is automatically reloaded.
What?
It does not even say on the same plane as a limitation.
Yep.
That would be awesome.
And finally, she has a blazon of shared power. This is 52 gold, and it is a brass emblem of heraldry. There's 3 of them that come. You put one attached to your chest on your clothing. You attach the others to a pair of one-handed firearms. As long as you're wielding the primary weapon and the secondary gains the benefit of the fundamental runes on the primary.
Oh, so you save on the enchantment. Got it. That's fun.
Any of these interest you, Hemlock?
They do.
Those last 2 sounded super
Can
cool.
Geggy get anything here?
If you have one-handed firearms or crossbows, one-handed
This
crossbows.
is classist is what this is.
Every time you ring your
Storms
gate, you
out.
say that.
Every
Single time.
She warned you. I don't have anything for you again.
All right, whatever. Not bitter.
Do you need some?
I need 2 gold.
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
Thank you. I'll get this back to you as soon as I
No,
can.
no, you won't.
And Hemlock will purchase the gunner's bandolier and the blazon shared power.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes, you will.
Those are yours.
We only
Leaving
only
them
got
with
100?
8 silver.
Blowing off all that?
8 silver.
Whatever.
It's gonna make Meyer sad when he shows up.
He's going to have a +1 gunner's bandolier.
Uh-huh.
It's only 65 gold.
Sylvia, thank you so much. I hope it will not be so long before I see you next time.
Yeah, me too. Thank you for the business, and be safe out there.
Well,
Do-
those look super cool on you.
Oh, Sylvia. You got something for me, love? I'm looking for something stabby.
She flips the sign that says one-handed weapons or firearms.
She says, "Sorry, I only deal with these specialized weapons. You all try this, but I don't know. Geggy, Jericho, you tell Stog. I can't help with that kind of stuff. It's just not what interests me. Getting into the cool, hard stuff, the explosive stuff, the gear stuff. That's what interests me. Not blades."
I'll keep looking.
Oh, don't be so sad. And she gives you a low 5 again.
Okay.
All right.
All this ammunition can't make one arrow.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, friend.
What would you guys like to do?
Meet up with the other
Find
2.
an arrow shop.
All right. You find them with their shopping cart going up and down the streets of Tamanry, loaded with goodies.
Tra-la-la.
Edwin,
Yes.
you
Doc?
think your blacksmith friend can help me?
What are you looking for?
I was thinking, and then I wasn't thinking, but then I started thinking again. I want
Are you
one of
afflicted with
those.
thinking again?
It hurts so much.
It's the stupefied 2 condition.
I want
There's a D in there somewhere.
that knife that's got the points all around it.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time, and we do have places to be, but he may have something prepared, but I doubt it. But we could certainly swing by, Jonas. Of
You
course.
introduce me.
Of course I would.
Oh, you're the best.
But not today, Stog. We have horses and travel. We must go to Thave. Callian Varro was very insistent.
Edwin, the letter.
We must be attending that meeting with Plen before we leave, though.
No, I don't think that's quite as necessary or as important. Callian Varro was very clear that we must hit Thave as soon as possible. The threat may already be here.
Maybe you guys should have
Granted-
left yesterday.
I'm not eager to go home. I want to be clear. It's a grave threat. But
So you are
Are you from
from
Thave?
Thave?
yes, dear boy, I'm from Thave.
Hello,
escaped
so
the
am I.
Bludgeons.
Are you also from Thave?
Yes.
Yes.
Raise your hand if you're not from Dave.
Stog, where are you from?
That's a trick
He's
question.
from Thave.
We're all from Thave.
Did I raise my hand again? Edlin Home.
From Edlin Home.
Like Jericho.
You are. Oh no.
Yes.
The other one.
The other one, what?
Where he was raised.
Hey, we were having a private conversation right here.
But we're already.
You're having it in the
acting
open.
Very peculiar.
That's
my
because
good
you
friend.
guys are pretend.
You do speak in
That is a-
riddles
that is a long night.
at times, being a bard and all, but you're particularly
yell at me
riddling
again?
today. yell at you. Why would I do that?
What kind of champion?
Yells at his friends.
Stop.
I am a knight.
A knight that yells.
You seem to be very familiar with me. Are we good friends?
Oh, the best.
How did we meet
Oh,
originally?
this is a trick question again.
No.
Well,
You're
I was in
hurting
the
him.
guard. Right.
Yeah. I think. I'm not sure.
You was doing some things you ought not to be doing.
As I do.
You need a little help.
What kind of fighter are you?
That's stabby kind.
Do you have a mirror?
Oh, right, yeah. And he pops it out of his sleeve. Oh, see?
And a medallion?
2 of them.
Oh, this, right, yeah.
He's a thaumaturge.
That's what it's called, right there.
Okay.
I know.
This is very weird.
I am Zaldor.
Kinetic
Of the seventh
straight.
tower.
You have
Well,
air and earth powers.
I cast a great many types of spells, and yes, many of them include air and earth.
Like, do you throw rocks and stuff?
I don't throw anything, but I do
Okay, so he's different.
manipulate elements, as it were, and I have rocks get thrown for me from themselves. I also attend to other magics. I am Zaldor, wizard of the seventh tower, keeper of the air spheres over the Thousand Isles.
Skip, skip, skip.
Is that the cutscene?
counting
he's
down to
giving
5
there?
seconds.
You are all familiar in a way, but with different faces,
And
different
races.
personas, and different races.
And you and Jericho have this joint memory of these others. If I
We
am
traveled many months with these others. All of the things that you have all told us are all very familiar stories that we lived through, but we lived through them with 4 other adventurers.
And
So what's different?
this is important. This
Alright.
is not some elaborate ruse that you two have cooked up.
Do you know me as a joking person?
No, which is why it seems peculiar. Jericho, on the other hand, is, again, a
Well-
little bit...
In all fairness, Adrian, Jericho's never been this worked up before.
That is true. And but
You're
I,
usually a very happy fellow.
I would want to just
Need to drop
confirm
the
that this
touching
is
a bit.
not...
You
Some
make me
trick.
laugh all the time.
I just want to confess that I told Hemlock I thought the best way for us to break the spell was to kill the fool.
Well,
Do you...
wasn't a joke.
Was not.
that would probably not be a good course of action.
No, I just didn't know what else to do.
Well, I'm glad that you have decided on a different course.
Well, Hemlock talked me into another course. I trust him.
Hopefully that does not involve killings.
Yet.
So we had a headache. Please, it's from the drinking. Can we go? It's very frustrating waiting around for all of you every time, all the time.
Well, Giggy, this does seem somewhat important, at least, to sort out a little bit.
Important. Yeah, it's a hangover.
It seems a bit more than that. I would say.
Have you ever known Jericho to be this upset? Hangover or not?
I haven't known him long.
But in
Typically-
the time that you've been with us,
Happy fellow.
Hey.
please.
Those are some worried looking eyes.
This is peculiar that you do not have the same memories as the rest of
Everything-
us.
Is the same,
And
except for the 4 of you.
We both saw little silver strings somewhere on an edge. He saw it last night at the shindig.
Celebration.
I saw it last night in my room.
And that seems to now be affecting your memories.
Why?
And it turned you guys into weird people.
Well,
let's
I mean,
let's
it's,
Yeah, let's not go to judge.
if I may.
Yeah, don't judge me.
Perhaps we could stay together today and continue our days at work. And if you see another silver cord, will you tell us?
I pointed it out to Dash last night, and he couldn't see it.
Who's Dash?
This was your other companion.
My very best friend.
Mhm. The one that is
I pointed.
reminiscent of you.
But a Yusoki.
Yes.
You look like an Isuki.
Yeah, he was like you,
Don't.
he was like you, but just a lot more powerful.
Well, we don't know that.
I'm quite powerful for that. That'd be quite a feature of things.
Hemlock. Can I see your gun?
No,
No, not that one. There's the other bugger. Miss,
no.
please.
Have I ever let you touch one of my guns?
No, that's why I'm asking.
What are you gonna do with it?
I just want to touch it.
No.
Good. Well, that's settled then. So, shall we?
We're practicing boundary issues
Away.
today.
Okay.
Stog, not very stealthily, sidles over next to Hemlock and tries to put a thumb just somewhere on, like, bandolier, gun, whatever.
Okay.
And I want to try.
I got a gold on the
Hemlock,
dark one.
because these weapons have the concealable trait, will like do a,
All right.
and it's not in that holster anymore.
He is able to prevent you from even seeing where they're at.
Do you think
He
it's tricky?
scoots back.
You can touch my ukulele.
Really?
Sure. Don't break it though, please.
All right. Stog grabs it and
Please don't break it.
will
Because
use.
it's got a
Yeah.
band around me.
drags you with him.
He's discussed
holds
this
it up.
before. It's kind of important. He does this healing. We're familiar with all of that. Can we?
Right, Stalk.
Not-
That's how he keeps us alive.
Yes.
So please be very careful with that.
I'm gentle when I want to be,
When you want to be. Do you want to be right now?
mostly.
Stog?
Yes.
Good.
Stog uses psychometric resonance on the ukulele.
Okay. So what is the significant emotion that resonates from this that is directly not this moment,
Sure.
but overall the one emotion that's connected that he senses?
Bewilderment.
Okay.
And what happens with that? Just gets.
That's what he senses.
And I concentrate as hard as I can. It's very tough. I want to see if it's Jericho's face.
Okay, you spend a minute concentrating on the object to get a vision of the face of the person who imbued the item, and you get the face of a confused, smiling gnome of Jericho flash through your mind.
I think he's real.
Well done.
Yes,
There
but
you
something
go.
is obviously affecting our friend's memories. Some sort of shared delusion. Which is concerning.
Can we eat him?
Yegi, no.
Again, no.
But I'm hungry.
Just her head appears over her tail.
Pixies observe cannibalism. Like,
It's natural. It's just natural as sex.
I mean, you're
Sometimes they're
technically
one and
not
same.
the same species, so in fact, it wouldn't even be cannibalism. Now, would it?
Yes, that's technically true.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is technically true.
And vice versa.
Right, good.
Yeah, I'm
So
not
we've
gonna eat
established that then as well. Can we perhaps move on and get ourselves ready for our journey.
Oh, we're leaving.
To the mayor.
Our appointments. You have another appointment still?
I believe yesterday we appeared back in Tavernry after our business in hell. And as has been mentioned already, that there's a bounty on my head. Would like to follow up on that. Not like having a open bounty on my head and the city I live in.
Well, I thought you took care of that.
Perhaps, but there may be more still out there. Would you like help?
I would say that if there was no poster hung at pegs this morning, then that bounty has been settled.
We should check with your sister.
But I still have this warehouse. and
Unfinished
this name,
business.
Right? None of us have ever heard of.
That is true. But
Neckles. Feels like something that I should follow up on.
yes, indeed. And we do have this other matter of the 3 platinum coins that may still be at large here within the city. And if we can take care of these in expedient matter, we should do so before we head south to Thave.
To our errands, then. We've already split up once. Do we need to do it again, or should we do this together?
Well, we do have our meeting with Plen. How far away is that meeting?
Close or as far as you want it to be.
It goes in the afternoon. It's now like maybe mid-morning.
Yeah,
we
so
have some time.
let us head to this warehouse of yours and see if we can't settle this matter up once and for all.
Do we want to check pegs and see if there's a one
Yes.
post up for you?
We could hit pegs on the way.
You could
You
say
seem-
you could say hi to your sister.
I would like to say hi to my sister.
Yeah, see
I
if
have a feeling
she's normal.
doubt
I'm
it.
truly
Nobody
concerned
else
for you,
is.
Jericho.
I don't know who you are.
You seem... Oh,
Yes, let's go to pegs.
I've never seen a pixie before. This is really weirding me out.
Let's go to Pegs.
Can you say rude in your language?
I say rude in Fey.
I think they're speaking Fey.
All right, your group heads out to see what's going on about this wanted situation and head to Pegs first, and we will stop there for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate the support. We are going to jump into the after show here for this, talk about this adventure. If you'd like to hear what's going on, consider dropping on by patreon.com/Inglorious Bards and becoming a supporter. And thanks so much. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye all.